Hey guys, what's up? My name is Yusha. This is my first episode of a podcast that I'm trying to start called the Daily Lessons. Apparently, I don't know exactly what I'm going to name it, but this is going to be episode number 1. Hopefully, it actually comes out as well. So, in this podcast, I essentially just want to talk about really just any one lesson, just to benefit anybody at all. These are just lessons that I've been compiling over the years, whether it be through podcasts, whether it be books, or just, my own life experience. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys actually benefit from it as well. The very first lesson that I actually want to talk about is a interesting concept. It's a concept called having emotional muscles, right? Now, we all know the concept of muscle and how to grow muscles and how to actually the whole concept of like use it or lose it in terms of muscle, right? We've seen bodybuilders actually go from these massive people and they've completely lost their muscle mass in a few years afterwards, after not working out, essentially because they were just overworking the muscle so much and they had so much stress on it. That's why they gain all that muscle. But now that they don't use it anymore, their body automatically adapts to it, right? That's the physical portion of it. There's also an emotional portion, which is the emotional muscle. Now, this is not necessarily a proven concept, but this is something that I heard from one of my favorite podcasts. It was My First Million by Sean. Sean Booty actually said this on the podcast. He talked about the concept of like, if you've never really felt happy before and you don't practice feeling happy, then you're probably not going to feel happy. If you practice feeling sad all the time, then you're probably really good at feeling sad all the time as well. So essentially, there's probably something called an emotional muscle, which actually which you actually can work on as well, right? So for example, just like anybody who does bench press all day, right? They're probably really good at doing bench press. But if you ask them to squat, even if it's 100 pounds, then they're probably going to struggle with squatting because all they know in their life is bench pressing. Just like that, the concept of emotional muscles is that if you feel sad all the time and if you practice feeling sad all the time, you're probably not going to feel happy even if somebody asks you to feel happy, right? And that ties into a lot of like life events as well, right? Sometimes I feel like people think that, oh, if I graduate high school, then I'm going to be happy. Then some people are like, oh, if I graduate college, then I'm going to be happy. Or then they're like, oh, if I get my job, then I'll be happy. Or maybe get a promotion or whatever it is. The goalpost essentially just keeps on moving and they never feel happy about anything that goes on in their life. It's probably not because you don't think that you've done enough. It's probably also just because you haven't really practiced feeling happy in such a long time. You need to be happy about the little things so you can actually be happy about the big things as well. You're probably not going to notice the big life events that happen in your life if you're just not even caring about the little events and the little wins that you do have on a daily basis. A lot of people have this entire perception of like, hey, if they're going to accomplish like this big life goal that they have put in place for them, whether it be like making $1 million from their business or getting a girlfriend or getting a wife, it inherently is not going to make you happy because it's probably not going to change your chemistry inside your own brain. You need to change that first, and you need to do that by practicing feeling happy. Now, you probably think that you live a really miserable life and that you have absolutely nothing to be happy about, which is fine. If you want to be on the struggle bus, then that's fine. But there's probably a lot of things in your life that you probably take for granted, right? A few things that you can just easily point out is that, you can see me. I don't know if you're watching this on YouTube, then obviously you can see me. But if you're watching this on Spotify, if you're just listening to this in a podcast form, you don't know where I'm sitting, but you know that I have a pretty good mic, right? I have a laptop that I'm recording this on, even though it's a pretty ghetto setup that I have over here. And I'm indoors as well, right? So I have, I've already ate, right? I have technology on my, like, standing by, just waiting for my use. I have electricity to charge my laptop to actually, feed power into this mic, into the camera that I'm using. And I have shelter. Those are, like, just think about that for a moment. I'm probably top 10% richest in the entire world just based off of that fact, because a lot of people really just don't have that. Now, does that inherently make me happy? No, I don't even think about it, to be honest with you, unless I actually reflect on it. The same way, you need to practice gratitude. You need to practice happiness as well. You need to practice these emotions. I feel like it's so easy for us to actually just feel sad all the time because we literally want to feel sad all the time. And it might not be the case. We might not want to feel sad, but that's how we act, right? Because if I were to tell you tomorrow, hey, you want to be a millionaire? Your probable answer is probably going to be yes. These are the steps that you need to take to be a millionaire, right? You need to work like 16-hour days. And you're like, all right, cool, I will do that, right? You're going to look at that person and you're going to say, yeah, that person really wants to be a millionaire, right? What do you say about the person that feels sad all the time? You're going to think, yeah, that person just wants to be a sad loser in his life. Like, that is his life goal. That is his life dream, right? There's going to be events in your life that are going to happen as well that make you sad, and that's okay. But you cannot let that become a part of your identity. You cannot let that become a part of your mentality either. There's no point in it, right? I've lived that life. I've lived a life in which I've just felt miserable all the time. And I promise you, it's not worth it, right? It just with a little bit of effort, if you can put a smile on your face, if you can actually practice feeling happy, it improves your life by so much. And I really do recommend it to every single person that I know, and even to the people that I don't know. But you need to practice it. You need to grow that emotional muscle. And I say that with like air quotes because I don't know if it's an actual real concept. I just know that it actually might just work because I've practiced it in my own life. Anyways, that was lesson number 1 and episode number 1. I'm going to try my best to just record this every single day and upload it into audio format into Spotify and also Apple Podcasts, hopefully. Spotify for sure, because it's just easier to upload it over there, and also just upload it on YouTube. Yeah, I hope that you benefit from it. I hope that you check out my other videos. I hope by the time that you're watching this as well, I have built out an entire collection of just daily lessons. And I hope you enjoy. And make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you did. All right, take care. Bye, guys.